If you want to understand Brexit and what happened last night, Britain's relationship with the EU, the whole thing, stop. Don't think about that stuff. It's not really about that. This is a global phenomenon. This is a revolt against technocracy and elites telling everybody else what to do. At the end of the day, for the past 20 years, 80% of the people have been told 80% of the time by the top 20% what to do, what to think, and what's good for them. Guess what? They've figured it out. The 20% needs to listen, because if they don't, they're going to find something out. The Hamptons is not a defensible position.
What's up, people? What's up, people? It's me, Crimson 606. But let's continue. Let's work on another video. So yeah. So I don't know how many of you guys know this, but just because you say you are they
have no facts, they don't do any research.
Just because you say that you are a university online doesn't exactly mean that you have classes. Like, I know my name is Crimson 60620, and I'm not a fucking zip code, even though my name has one in there. I'm not a zip code. So it's interesting how people believe that fucking Prager University is some sort of great learning institute instead of what it is, a propaganda arm of, right-wing conspiracy theories, fossil fuel companies, and just all around just shit people. So we're gonna do PragerU has PragerU's videos on Black Lives Matter. Now, it's actually kind of funny. I was watching a video earlier today before the stream started. A little bit of reason why I was late, but I was also trying to fix my food. With Arian Foster, and I probably messed up his name, was talking to David Silverman, and the discussion was how Black Lives Matter, and quite frankly, motherfuckers don't understand what Black Lives Matter actually means. What the interesting thing about humans is we like that three repeating things, like Hillary Rodham Clinton or Barack Obama. Like, if it's just like a 3-syllable things, that like motherfuckers really like that shit, or 3-word things. But the actual Black Lives Matter, it was originally Black Lives Matter 2, but they just shortened it to Black Lives Matter. And motherfuckers really don't understand what the concept of Black Lives Matter actually means. So let's see if PragerU gets it right.
They don't do any type of higher learning when it comes to what they believe. All they know is what the media narrative tells them to believe, and that's all they parrot.
The organization is fake. Like, I personally believe that the BLM movement is fake. It has nothing to do with advancing the lives of black people.
Now, mind you, these are motherfuckers in a Trump rally talking about Make America Great, and they don't really understand, or they don't do their research of where that term comes from, a fucking Nazi sympathizing motherfucking group. But you're gonna wear MAGA. But these motherfuckers don't. But people don't do their research. Let's continue.
And say they want to break up the family home.
Exactly.
Their main goal is to break up the patriarchal, nuclear family. They want the men.
So, first of all, motherfuckers, you don't even know what the patriarchal nuclear family is, because for what you think it is and what they're fucking doing, what they're talking about, are two different fucking things. The nuclear family is something that is only a motherfucking 50 to 100 years old, you dumb motherfuckers. Humanity used to live in fucking clans, and the reason why, or big families or clans, and the reason why it's been broken down to a nuclear family, one mom, one dad, a couple of kids, is because it was easy to sell shit to them. But y'all motherfuckers think that life started and rose with your understanding of culture. You have no idea that the nuclear family is a modern fucking thing. But again, these are the motherfuckers that think if things were as if they were back 100 years ago, they'd be on top because of reasons. Yeah, dog, I gotta tell you, your skin tone wasn't putting you on top, except for a pile of broken bodies. But let's continue.
Removed out of the family, which is what Democrats want also.
Exactly.
Ooh. Hey, Jill. Oh, God, Jill. Please, God, Jill. Jill, thank you for coming to... Thank you for coming to my channel, Jill. Oh, my tsundere, Jill. Oh. Can I look at your backside, Jill? Please. I want to just see it. I'm not gonna do nothing to it. Just look at it.
BLM really cared about Black lives, why would it be solely isolated to incidents where that happens less?
Whoa. It's almost as if their mission statement to actually address systemic racial issues and, I don't know, police violence. Like, that's what they were formed for? Ooh. Let's use that for other things. Why doesn't... I got it. Why doesn't the NRA care about when, I don't know, say, suicide? Well, that has to do with guns and actually... The fuck, I've been disconnected? That has to do with guns and that has to be to do with, people dying. I can use that example as well. But let's continue.
Than 1%.
Come on.
No, wait. Now, I like to equate this to, it's the same as if I was in a horrific accident. I have a massive head wound, I have a leg fracture, and a scratch in my finger. And here come the first responders, and they want to tend to the scratch in my...
It is not the fucking same, you motherfucking idiot. You know it's not the same. But you know what? These are these motherfuckers. And you guys, bear with me on this one. These are what you call the class of the special Negro. They think, they think that they're special and everybody else is trash. D-Roy thinks he was one. Jill actually is one of those who thinks he's one. They think they're the special one. That everybody else is trash but me. These are the people. They would rather fucking deal with the people that wants to see them ostracized and put down. They get with the people who fear the shit out of them. They're only using them as a useful tool to say, oh, look, no matter what our policies are, we're not racist because we have these people coming to on our side. But let's continue.
My finger.
Exactly.
And I'm telling you, what about the wound on my head? What about my fractured leg?
Come on.
That's what the BLM movement is. They're tending to the scratch on my finger, and that's not even what it's about. If you want to help us, let us tell you how you can help us.
Yes.
Don't come in and tell us how you want to help us, and don't tell me that I'm oppressed. Because
Wait. So, funny, these motherfuckers are at a Republican rally. Like, they are at a Republican rally. Where, I don't know, maybe most of the people that are at a Republican rally are considered conservatives, aren't exactly, people with my same skin affliction. I mean, I'm sorry. And yet it's still the people who founded Black Lives Matter, as Jesse Lee Peterson puts out, are black lesbians. Like, the fuck? You are literally talking about people who are part of your community saying, hey, this is a problem affecting our community. They are killing us. They're not just killing us. They're maiming us. They're ruining our fucking lives because reasons. But you're mad at them for saying like, yo, this is a problem. You're mad at them for saying like, yo, this is a problem. Well, you're not taking care of black on black crime. Motherfucker, if that is the case, if you want to do whataboutism, I can do whataboutism all day. What's the rate of white on white crime? It's 80%, and the black folks are 87%. Well, where's the epidemic of if it's all the fathers in a home in white families, as you try to allude to with black families, why is the murder rate 80% for white on white crimes? It's almost as if you kill people that you live around. But let's continue.
Because I'm not oppressed. I'm a black American. I'm a proud black American. I'm not oppressed. I am not oppressed. I'm one of the freest persons on this world.
Come on,
Kneel for no man.
First of all, as long as we live in a capitalist system, we are fucking oppressed. You fucking idiot. Because you just can't go and do the shit that you want to. Secondly, and I don't believe I have to tell this to grown men, the Republicans, the conservatives, don't want freedom. They want to sell you a dream that, oh yeah, we say you can do everything you want to, but you got to follow these books of laws from Bronze Age civilization. Oh, you can't. You have to talk this way, or you have to look this way. You have to be presentable. Not now one of these motherfuckers are looking like they can walk up in a, let's just say, urban attire and actually speak in as much broken English as you see with other Trump goers speak in broken English, just in a different type of broken English. But let's continue.
Man, I only kneel to God.
As you can see,
no one has a
as you-
privilege over.
Wait. Oh shit. He didn't say that.
I'm a black American. I'm a proud black
Let's listen
American.
to that.
I'm not oppressed. I am not oppressed. I'm one of the freest persons on this world.
Come on,
Kneel
now.
for no man. I only kneel to God.
As you can see,
no one has a.
I kneel to no man, I only kneel to God. But I'm free. I'm free as long as you suck that God penis. Boy, kneel before God. Like the fuck? Like literally, he did. And we know the Bible has no rules in it at all. Just total freedom. Freedom. Let's continue.
as you
over me except for God.
as you can see, black conservatism is the new punk rock. You know what I mean? Yeah.
We're the rebels. You want to be cool? Come join our cause, man.
I'm straight. I'd rather be lame. I would rather be lame and like, you know, free of mind, not free of thought. Like this motherfucker, like these motherfuckers really believe that they are free. Oh, bless their little hearts. Bless their little hearts. I'm noticed this is weirdly silent. This is weirdly absent of, some of the shit that you see with other, I guess, PragerU videos. No, like, this is weirdly weird. Like, are they doing the Caitlyn Bennett, like, or just like, hey, we're gonna find people that we think agree with us, and no, just like openly, like, propagandized like video. This is interesting.
What are the 5 biggest issues facing
there
blacks
it
in
goes.
America? Here's my list. Problem number 5, the victim mentality.
No conservative can ever fucking say that other people have a victim mentality. I'm sorry, it's not available. Like, for real, let's hear why he says victim mentality.
Nothing holds someone back more than seeing himself as a victim. Why? Because a victim is not responsible for his situation. Everything is someone else's fault. And the victim sees little chance of improving his life.
Um, when people say this shit, I'm sorry. When did black people not become oppressed? Was it when they got here, they got the opportunity to be slaves? Was it 1865, I believe, when they got freedom? But, you know, a terrorist group called the Ku Klux Klan started roaming the countryside in the South, and, you know, Jim Crow laws were enacted. Was it the Civil Rights Act in 1965, 100 years later, where they had equal rights, but, you know, things like redlining and the drug war started? Like, what the fuck? Now, of course, as I make fun of the incels, I do have to say there is some personal agency. But when you don't believe that there is literally a other option besides all the other trash options that you have around you of criminality or having to fucking play your way with a fucking ball, either basketball ball or fucking football, in order to get out of a crime and social economic standstill, when you're not being able to fucking get funding and they're fucking over where you're leaving either higher levels of education with mountains of fucking debt that's currently not just affecting black people now, but it's affecting everybody. But at what point do you have to say, damn, no matter how hard a motherfucker try, the system is fucked up. And then motherfuckers point to exceptions. Oh, this person did it. That person did it. Versus millions of other people. A handful of people did it. But the system isn't stacked against us. How about this? I challenge you to a 100-meter race. And before we start, I shoot you in 2 feet, both of your fucking knees, and then tie a weight around you and tell you to run. But hey, fuck it. Right?
How can he get ahead if someone is holding him back? All this makes the victim unhappy, frustrated, and angry. This is how too many blacks see themselves, as victims. So much so that their victim status becomes their primary identity and their ruling ideology. I call it,
like, oh my God, this is just like I go to this example all the time because it's fucking true. Now, I'm doing YouTube. I'm doing Twitch. I'm doing these things. And I thank everybody who's watching. I thank everybody who's actually taking the time to watch my videos. You guys are great. I'm lucky. I actually had a computer when I was growing up in the 90s. I had a computer. So I was a little bit more fluent in computers. It helped me get a better job. It helped me have interactions with people that have. It helped me have access to technology. It helps me have access to, you know, just overall understanding of technology that most people in my neighborhood wouldn't have. And I started late, but it actually helped me do this shit. But how many people, because of their social economic background or different things in their life, didn't know that this was a fucking avenue? I know black people right now that would fucking play video games all day and get multi-million dollar contracts. But they were told that, no, you can't do that. Or no, they didn't know it was an option. But this shit right here, but you to say for his victim? Get the fuck out of here, dude. When you play victim to a motherfucking company that because you want to make money, you find yourself getting ahead by telling everybody else that they fucked. And it's the fucked up part about it is it's not just black people. It's Hispanics that's happening to, and it's fucking natives that is happening to. But you want to point to black people to say, oh, look at them. They're not the fuck. They're playing a victim.
Victimology. Unfortunately, many black parents pass it on to their children.
What the fuck? I'm sorry. You know the shit that my parents told me? The shit that my parents told me is that things are fucking hard, so you have to work even harder. That is not a fucking victim mentality. That is not a fucking victim mentality. And you know what? You're right. I will give you one thing. The church definitely wants you to be victims. They want you to be victims of a fucking narcissistic, autocratic tyrant. They want you to be victims. But do they tell you? They even tell you that, you know, we are all sinners and we should strive to be better in the Lord. You know, the same shit that you're telling me about society. Oh, no. We should all strive to be better and work your way. Like, no, motherfucker. What fucking church have you been in? Like, seriously. But let's continue.
Inner city schools teach it to their students, and the black media reinforce it.
Wait, how? What? Like, citation needed, motherfucker. Citation needed. And I'm getting heated. I'm telling you, between O'Shea and PragerU, oh God, I'm so glad I'm not doing a motherfucking Coach Red pill. Y'all might see me have just like an aneurysm today, but let's continue.
Meanwhile, the NAACP and other black grievance groups fundraise on it. Problem number 4.
The NAACP and other black grievance groups fundraise off of it. Never mind the Republican National Party committee who actually say, oh, we got to get the money because of law and order and we got to scare it and all that other good bullshit. It's not victims when you asking for shit to protect yourself because, you know, you're afraid. But let's go to problem number 4, as you say.
Lack of diversity. Blacks repeatedly demand an honest dialogue or debate about race. But how can there ever be an honest dialogue about race between blacks and whites when there is virtually no honest dialogue between blacks and blacks? It's hypocritical. And if a black doesn't think whites are ultimately...
Wait. What the fuck? No, you're just not allowed to say that shit like that, dog. That's some bullshit, and you know it. That's some bullshit. Like, how the fuck do you just sit back and say there is no diversity in ideas? Motherfucker, you exist. We don't listen to your ass, but we don't shut your ass up. Brandon Tatum exists. The idiots, the Hodge twins exist. But you know what? It's funny. It's almost as if the majority of black people are saying there's a problem and a few select motherfuckers who are getting paid to deny it are saying, no, it's not true. It's almost as if the time when, you know, black people says, hey, police are just treating us like shit. You know, doing things like putting the gun down the suspect's throat even though you're fucking chief of police. And we're saying this shit happens, or they're shooting us for no apparent reason only because we disrespected them. You know, it's like we're saying this shit happening. But motherfuckers don't believe us until, you know, we see motherfuckers getting gunned down for no fucking reason. Or, you know, silently being choked. You know, fuck that, right? Fuck out of here. Like, oh my God. Like, okay, I can do it. Fuck, 5 minutes. I can do it. Let's continue.
Responsible for black people's problems, they're labeled a sellout, Uncle Tom, or race traitor. As long as this type of group...
I wonder why they call sellout. Is because they're getting them shekels, that coin, those 30 pieces of silver, in order to, you know, I don't know, say the shit that motherfucker who's oppressing us to say. But let's continue.
Think exists, race reverence of the Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson type will continue to be celebrated, while independent black thinkers such as Professors Thomas Sowell and Walter Williams will be shunned. The honest race dialogue and debate that first has to happen.
Now, say what you want. Like, they throw all of these straw mans up like Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson. Cool. Hey. You never notice when they bring these motherfucking straw men up, they never mention people like, Dr. Cornel West. They never speak about motherfuckers like Ben Jealous. They never speak of these motherfuckers. They go to Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson. Motherfuckers who at one time may have had interests outside of themselves, but we know these motherfuckers are truly, in all sense of the terms, out for them fucking selves. Now, yes, they may have did some good, but I never see these motherfuckers mention other motherfuckers that are part of the movement that have more fertile ground to stand on. But let's continue.
It's not between blacks and whites, but between blacks and blacks. We demand diversity from others, but need to practice it ourselves where it really matters.
You know what? These conservatives motherfuckers that actually always get the fuck, irritate the fuck out of me, because it's not that they want to say their piece and motherfuckers disagree with them. No, they want to say their piece and want for no one to disagree with them. That's the fuck they want. They want to just say, hey, that proof of systematic racism that we all know exists and is happening. We want you to ignore that shit and pull up your pants and walk right. Another motherfucker who just was a shitty ass person. Fucking Bill Cosby. Fuck you, fucking rapist. Oh, wow. Shit. I'm sorry. That came from somewhere. I just don't give a fuck about it. But let's continue.
And thought, opinion, and even political affiliation. Problem number 3, urban terrorism. As just about everyone knows,
Just stop, dude. Stop. All right. Let's guys. I know I'm playing a game, but let's just play a game. Let's play a game of spot the hypocrisy, right? So everybody can actually agree right now that, there are a lot of shit that's just like bad, right? We can all agree that, us staying in Iraq is a bad move. Why are you bringing this up, Crimson? Oh, of course. We're gonna actually. I'm gonna actually say it. So please bear with me on this one, guys. We can all agree that staying in Afghanistan is a bad move. That peacekeeping shit is just bullshit. We know when we put our troops in those areas, they 1, invite targets, 2, ratchet up the violence, and 3, never actually does the peacekeeping. It's just it actually causes more tension us being there. And you know what? Those motherfuckers are right. You know why they're right? Because in as much as our troops may be good and shit like that, I'm not saying anybody is doing, war criminals, because I'm not saying our troops are war criminals or shit like that, because our troops have standards and they have training. They have a lot of fucking training, and they're held accountable to a lot of shit. But them still being there is a fucking powder keg just waiting to go off in any fucking minute. So why is it that we can see us basically occupying an area in a foreign fucking country, occupying people that don't want you to be there, that may actually have more success with you going, and motherfuckers recognizing it? Why do we have an occupying force in poor neighborhoods? And it's fucked up, because Even in Afghanistan, Iraq, we build hospitals and schools to try to fucking win these people over to our way of life, our way of thinking. But this motherfucker, and I know I'm jumping the gun because he's going to say some even stupider shit. It's talking about urban terrorism as if we don't have an occupying force in poor and social economically disadvantaged neighborhoods. But let's continue.
Knows, but too few talk about publicly. In majority black cities, violent black on black crime is rampant. A Department of Justice study from 1980 through 2008 revealed that blacks accounted for almost.
Wow, is he gonna go 1350? He's gonna go 1350. You know, PragerU just the other day they didn't even go 1350. They went they didn't even go 1513, whatever the fuck. They went full 1615, like with the 6050. I'm like, how the fuck you gonna go from 1350 to 1560? That's what it is. Like for real. But let's continue.
Almost half of the nation's homicide victims, 47.4%, and more than half of the offenders, 52.4%, all while being 13% of America's.
Called it. Fucking called it. Fucking called it. Fucking called it. Fucking called it. Now, again, this is a fucked up ass, dishonest way of doing the stats. They didn't say that, oh yeah, this stat doesn't differentiate it how many times one person got arrested, because if the same person got arrested 3 or 4 times, even if they didn't get convicted, they got arrested. But these motherfuckers want to throw up 1350. Fuck out of here.
This population. The Tuskegee Institute conducted a study of all known lynchings of blacks that occurred between 1882 through 1968. During this 86-year span, which is essentially the post-Civil War era up to the Civil Rights era, 3,446 blacks were reportedly lynched.
Can somebody help me out why that number could be? I mean, like, what about the people that were disappeared? Oh, there were black folks that were disappeared. What about, the times where, the KKK roll up to a house, burn the shit down? Nobody in the house survived to fucking, tell the story. And oh yeah, the cops was one of the people that were under the hood and didn't report the shit. I mean, like, what's that, an 85-year time frame, 86-year time frame? And if we do the math, where's my phone? We can do the math because I can't pull up the computer and that's gonna burn my shit. Calculator. Where's the fucking calculator? Oh, Essentials. Probably want to look up there. So, yeah, 344s divided by 86. So you're telling me only 40 people died a year of lynching. Now, that number is totally, let's just say, underreported. But 2, 40 people a year isn't exactly a great number to actually, hang your hat on. But I'm getting lost in the weeds because he thinks that it's just 3,400 people that died in 86 years. One is too much, motherfucker. Just like one too many. One is too much for cops to kill an unarmed, African American, white, Hispanic, Native. One is too much. But fuck that, right? Fuck that, right? We have to have tit for tat. Let's continue.
Presently, Black-on-black murder eclipses the number of blacks lynched over the course of 80 years, roughly every 6 months. Unbelievably, the culpability for this disproportionate amount of...
Wait, what? Has he forgotten that the, U.S. population has more than doubled since, oh my God, since the start of that time frame? Like I don't get this. Like, they want to actually use raw numbers until it doesn't fit what they want. But, maybe that's just conservatives. But let's fucking continue.
Mayhem actually lies with a menacing 2 to 3% minority within the black populace. I call them urban terrorists. And since they're literally spawned from problem number 2...
So, it's only 2 to 3%. But you sitting up here and making it seem like you literally 1350 us. Fuck out of here. Let's go.
The black community protects them. Problem number 2, proliferation of baby mamas.
I'm going to save my point until we actually let him finish his point.
The disintegration of the nuclear family has led to an astronomical increase of single mother households. According to the Moynihan Report, in 1965, nearly 25% of black children were born to under. Daniel Patrick Moynihan said this was a disaster in the making. He was, of course, vilified by so-called black leaders and their progressive allies. But he was right. Today, the out-of-wedlock birth rate is nearly 75%.
Okay. Let's have that conversation. And I don't want to have this conversation, but we're going to have this conversation. We're going to have a conversation talking about how, oh, wait. Did Nixon do the thing? Start the drug war that actually disproportioned black drug user? Did Nixon do the thing? Nixon did the thing. That's what happened. Nixon did the thing. The war on drugs. Nixon did the thing. But it's no fathers in black households. For real. You start a fucking genocidal fucking war on drugs that affects minorities. That you lock away people for doing drugs and selling drugs. And not only that, you fucking outsource good factory fucking jobs overseas because you want to make a fucking profit. And then you incentivize more and harsher prison sentence because you want to make a fucking profit. And yet you want to sit back and tell black families, oh no, it's your fault. Stop playing a victim. Even though we targeted you. And you're playing a fucking victim, but you're not a victim. Fuck out of here.
Percent, and even higher in some urban areas. To be clear, baby daddies share this responsibility with baby mamas. Yet, while baby daddies are blamed and rarely shown compassion, baby mamas are rarely blamed and receive both compassion and support. This lopsided dynamic and the previous...
Great. So, no matter what the race, let's have forced vasectomies. Since they're going to try to outlaw abortion anyway, like, why the fuck should we care? Let's have forced vasectomies. What? You don't want to do that? Like, you guys think I'm being hyperbolic and joking. Like, literally, when fucking Mississippi tried to pass their new stricter law on abortions, it was put to a vote like, yeah, so let's actually help support women and let's actually also help support vasectomies. And the motherfucking conservatives literally actually said, no, we're not going to do that. Why should the men have to pay for a woman's poor choice? But it's a black thing. I don't fucking know. Like, I don't get these motherfuckers because they make no fucking sense. But let's continue.
Listed pathologies stem directly from the number one problem facing the black community. Problem number one, unquestioning allegiance to so-called progressive policies.
Hello, Mr. Christian. Hello, Mr. Christian. Hello, Mr. Christian. The fuck? Oh my God. Please tell me he's gonna list that shit. Please tell me he lists the progressive policies that like black people have unwavering devotion to. Please tell me. Please tell me. It would make my penis hard if he told me. Please tell me. Because if you don't, then motherfucker, fuck you. And I got that fuck you just waiting right here. Let's continue.
Unwavering loyalty to progressive liberal policies is the primary reason these dire conditions persist. It both makes them possible and perpetuates them. It's no coincidence that progressivism is the common thread that binds predominantly black cities where single-parent homes.
What are the policies, my man? You didn't say the policies. All you said it was progressive policies. What are these policies that you speak of that's causing that's causing the downfall? Is it that people get to identify what they feel they should identify for? Okay, cool. If that's a policy that we should get rid of, even though you say you're a man, I'm going to identify you as not a man. I'm going to identify you as, a whiny little bitch. Not because you're a woman, but you're just a whiny little bitch because you want people to follow your way, and you're just mad because why literally one of his big contents is like black conservatives aren't popular. They don't allow for, black people don't allow for a divergence of thought. Like literally, you're whining. Literally. And like, what's another thing that people should be paid a living wage? That's a progressive thing. Like, cool. So you want to have families where it goes back to the men being a breadwinner and the women staying at home, under the heel of their husband, and the men feeling all special. Let's make a living wage so more families can live on one income. What? You don't do that? What's the progressive problem that's causing? What's the progressive ideas that's causing the downfall of society? But let's continue.
Failing schools, rampant poverty, and crime predominate. Look at cities like Detroit, Philadelphia, and Baltimore.
They didn't throw in Chicago? I am surprised at them. Let's continue.
They've been run by progressive Democrats for decades. If their liberal policies were at all effective, these cities should have become models of economic growth and prosperity.
Wait, what the fuck? Like, is he really saying this shit? That's not how that works, dog. That's not how that works. These cities have been in decline, not just because, liberal policies. No, there has been a sharp decline in the living wage and actual, I don't know, maybe, income inequality going through the fucking roof. But the problem is progressive cities and shit, right? Let's continue.
Instead, they're models of dysfunction. By fostering and exploiting the victim mentality, discouraging self-examination, subsidizing baby mamas, and making excuses for black thugs, so-called progressive policies don't alleviate the problems that afflict the black community. They aggravate those problems.
So please, you want to talk about this bullshit? What are your motherfucking answers other than sitting back and shitting on black folks? Let's continue.
may have noticed that racism did not make the list. Why not? It's simple. There will be no solution to the problems afflicting Black America until more Blacks recognize that the issues plaguing our community are ultimately self-inflicted. Does racism exist? Sure, but there are other problems far more serious.
Remember that fuck you to
So you expect Miles to develop a hatred for them in this game?
Ooh, can I? Ooh, can I? But he still tells them to be fucking an upright citizen because cops. Every black family except some that are extremely ridden to the point where they not. No matter how fucking real or imaginary, no matter if their fucking parents are cops or not, they still have to tell their children that, hey, you better be this way. In the Spider-Verse when Miles is like, do I have to sit in the back of a fucking police van? As if he's worried that it may look bad that a black kid is in the back of a fucking police car. It's almost as if, I don't know, it gives a bad image. Like, these motherfuckers act as if shit up. They act as if and he doesn't even fucking get it. The problem isn't that, Spider-Man is working with the cops. And that's a bad because reasons, left, hate cops. We don't want Spider-Man to be judge, jury, and executioner. Fuck. Like, literally, in that fucking game, it is Feast where he is more talking about working with homeless people. And he's like, yo, we got to get these homeless people off the streets and get them help to actually make their lives better. But, lefties got to hate cops for some reason. For no apparent reason, right? Let's continue.
It's probably not going to happen. The interesting thing is I don't think that's directly his origin. I don't remember too much. So it's really weird what's going on with Miles Morales in the actual comic books. Because he started in the Ultimate Universe, and then there was this whole thing with his dad being an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., and